What a lovely afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to rumble here at Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Terence "Bud" Crawford, 173 centimeters tall, tipping the scales at the 100. And here he is in the flesh, Terence "Bud" Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it. Anthony $1 Million Crolla, the former lightweight champion of the world, fighting out of Manchester, England.
Look at this. These fighters are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing from Manchester, England, a lightweight champion of the world, Anthony $1 Million Crolla.
How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Back.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That jab misses. Fantastic punch. Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can... Whoa, wait a minute! Let me jump in for just a second. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Do you believe what we are seeing? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Hey, sometimes the best thing you can do is to grab. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. When someone punches that hard, and what a shock. Another clinch.
Yeah, you got to clinch. What the idea is just to get your opponent to complain to the referee. Get him to complain about the condition. Get him to just feel uncomfortable. Keep doing unorthodox things. I don't mind that now and again, but don't make a habit of it.
Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. A very competitive round here so far. What a punch.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. What a punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And he's being smothered here in the clinch and can't get his shots off.
You cannot do it too often because the referee's going to pull you apart.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
And there's the bell to start the round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
This is what you're going to get. You're going to get speed, good footwork. You're going to get punches thrown from head to body. You even get a lot of toe-to-toe. When you've got fighters at these weight divisions, they'll stand there. They don't need a ring. They need a phone box.
And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Both of these fighters have had their moments. That one will count.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Don't get trigger happy because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
I guess showboating is part of their plan. Continues to touch him up. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too...
They ring the bell, and here we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So his offense gets stifled there by a clinch.
Now, sometimes style makes fight, but this one, the styles just seem to be clashing.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Guys that carry so much power, of course they're going to look at knockout because it makes the night a little bit shorter. You don't get paid any extra for overtime.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong. He missed with that jab.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Good one. That punch is beginning to take its toll. It may not be pretty, but sometimes clinching is effective.
You can't do that too often because the referee is eventually going to start taking points off you. You saw the referee watch, look, didn't say anything, just gestured to say, I've checked you. Now be careful.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. And there's the bell to start the round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Smart move there. When you're in trouble, just hold on.
Sometimes you've got to go with the instincts. Hold on tight till your head clears, till you get your breath back, till the referee steps in.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's certain...
And he'll try and muffle the offense there with another clinch.
There's a tactic to clinching. When you clinch, you're taking someone out of their pace. You're making them feel uncomfortable. It's something they're not used to. But there's a fashion of clinch as well. You can be a dirty clinch.
Wise move to hold on here, but you can't do that too often. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges. Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy. Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. This may do it! You know the scorecards are going to be all... And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is...
And a good decision here to clinch.
It tells me so much when a fight is holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they don't know what to do.
His stamina is off the charts. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
You've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
And you can see he does not like being grabbed onto. And now going for the finish. Disaster averted.
Being dazed now.
The referee really thinking about stopping it. And $1 Million finally goes down. What a shot. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Touching him up again. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
They ring the bell, and here we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up?
Better be careful. The referee may take a point if he keeps clinching.
What you've got to do is you're doing it to get an advantage. The comparison is probably football. Ballers will pretend to hit and roll around 6 or 7 times just to get the advantage with the referee, so he tells them off. In fighting, I've got to get you to the point where you're complaining, you're getting frustrated, you try and book me, you try and bite me,
And once again, he gets clinched.
You cannot do it too often because the referee's going to pull you apart and deduct a point.
He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. And he will hold here, and good thing he did because he was getting beaten up.
Sometimes style makes fight, but this one, the styles just seem to be clashing.
Nice counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Catch and shoot. Where was the defense? Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every...
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he'll hug him again, but you can't blame him, can you?
Yeah, you got to clinch. What the idea is just to get your opponent to complain to the referee. Get him to complain about the conditions. Get him to just feel uncomfortable. Keep doing unorthodox things. I don't mind that now and again, but don't make a habit of it.
Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. And a wise move there to clinch.
You've got to save that in the back because if you ever hit and hurt, a clinch will save your life. You've got to hold on, clear your head, step up again, push them, hold them, lean them down. So when you're going to use those clinches, do it on the blind side of the referee, then let go.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments. Nice veteran move here to hold on to his opponent to slow down the momentum.
There's a tactic to clinching. When you clinch, you're taking someone out of their pace. You're making them feel uncomfortable. It's something they're not used to. But it's a fashion of clinch as well.
Why does he continue to hold? The referee could take a point here.
I don't know if it's a dancing competition or a fight.
And we may see an early stoppage here. And it appears they're... And there it is! The knockdown punch we knew was coming. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
You're being put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
And there's the bell to start the round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how...
Smart move to grab a hold of your opponent, but obviously you can't do that too often.
It tells me so much when a fighter's holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they don't know what to do.
That jab doesn't score. The perfect counter lands. How many more times is the referee going to let these fighters clinch each other without taking a point?
They need to be worried that the referee's not going to throw them out the ring and disqualify them both.
Nice counter shot. They're both trying for a knockout. Stepping back is Crolla. And they're down. Would be wise here to take the full 8 seconds. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night, night.